Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today is an exciting day that I'm going to share with you quite an amazing topic that was brought about by a question that one of you asked. And being that I'm answering this question, I will be sharing some of these tips, and I believe they will really help you even when you begin this journey of filmmaking, or when you are in the process of advancing and growing your filmmaking career. Okay, so number one, so what is the question? So the question goes, so this guy asked, it's a very wonderful question. So, I've been given funding by an NGO to produce a short film. How should I divide the budget, and what department should I prioritize to ensure success of the film from conception to marketing? Wow. First of all, Makofi, congratulations for getting the funding. This is a very great plus, because I know maybe through pitching, of course, through developing some very amazing and wonderful pitch deck, ndio uliweza present na ukapewa the funding. So since now you've gotten the funding, how are we going to allocate these funds or maybe these funds to fit into your budget so that you can successfully do your short film from the inception all the way to the marketing? So number one, of course, there is that bit of script and development where you are going to give it at least 5 to 10% of your budget. So this is whereby you're going to pay the script writer, even if it's yourself. Manze, pay yourself sometimes. Usijinyime sana. So script writing, table reads, kuna script editing, kuna some bit of maybe consultations, and yeah, table reads. Make sure you also factor in a budget to fit that, because remember, your script is your film, and that is the blueprint of the product that you're going to come up with. Okay, so make sure you polish that and you allocate it a budget yenye, of course, utaita watu pale hivyo, ma script editors. Wewe ndio umeandika, umepiga research yako moja safi, umefanya table read, umekuwa na watu sasa hapo hivyo wa consulting, na umewajenga vifiti, si ndio? Then the next thing you're going to do is allocate the budget for now pre-production. So pre-production utaiallocate your budget ya what percentage? Give it 10%, okay, of the total budget. So when you're giving it 10%, it means you are going now to allocate money for casting, allocate money for rehearsals, allocate money for location scouting. Don't assume hata kaune eka mafuta enda zunguka tafuta location. Hao watu wakija rehearsal, they are eating, they are using transport money. You're doing a lot of administrative work in terms of planning, printing of scripts and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot. Like, make sure you factor in such cost into the pre-production. Okay, after that, now you're going to go to the next phase of production. And in production, this is whereby now the bigger chunk of money is going to be spent. And how are you going to give your costings in this chunk, in this bit? You're going to do it at pre-production, do it at 40 to 45% of your total budget, because you will have things to do with the equipment rentals. You'll pay your crew members, you'll be doing location permits and paying for locations, paying for transport and meals, paying for accommodation, and a lot other things that happen, even production design, wardrobes and stuff like that. So make sure even the equipment you are getting, especially on sound, manze, on sound, ipatie pesa, by the way. People will forgive a bad image, but they will not forgive a bad sound. Okay? Good. Then the other thing, you go into post-production. So in post-production, what do you, how much percent do you give? Give post-production 15 to 20% of the total budget. Why? Because we have the bit of editing in there, we have the bit of color grading, we have the bit of music and scoring, we have somebody who will be doing sound mixing and sound mastering and mixing, so that you can have very nice presentable sound depending on where you're going to upload it. Maybe come on YouTube, or you're presenting depending on it's cinema or streaming or whichever place, okay? So make sure you factor in with 15 to 20% of your budget into those elements in the post production. Then you go now to the next bit, which is marketing. So for marketing, how much percentage do you give? You give it 10 also, 10 to 15%. 10 to 15% you're going to take it where? Kuna msee wa kukueditia posters, kugenerate ma posters za hiyo movie. You're going to pay for generating trailers, amazing trailers. You're going to do social media ads. You're going to have submission into festivals. There are these festivals you have to enter into and you have to pay for them for you to be selected, or maybe when you're submitting into those festivals, in as much as maybe unafanya for publicity, you want people to watch, you want people to see, you want to do a premiere during a festival and stuff like that. Also, factor in costs like creating accounts for it, in terms of account kama za Vimeo, where you might want to upload it on a Vimeo account and stuff like that. So really consider that. And after that, you also now, the remaining budget, which is around 5%, commit it to contingency. 5% of the budget, give it to contingency. So what is contingency? Contingency is just like a backup plan. Basically, when you are shooting, of course, every day we hope for the best. But there are sometimes weather and other natural calamities might come into place and might affect the timelines of your productions. So what will keep you safe is this buffer budget that you have put aside to help you in matters of contingency, in matters of maybe calamities or maybe eventualities that you hadn't planned for. So of course, sasa mtu utauliza, na sasa isipo happen. Of course, it's what happens, you just allocate it to something else and you move on. Ni kama tu insurance. Hawa watu tunalipaga insurance, wanalipa insurance, and then unalipa premium for 1 year, and then nothing happens. So, si nothing happens. Sasa tena ukifika mwaka ingine utalipa tena. But anyway, contingency is like a backup plan, like you have monies that can be able to help you maneuver around in case kuna issue. So for example, unaweza kuwa una shoot inside the house, and then you have maybe, let's say you have rain problem, and the rain rains in a way that affect even the way you are supposed to do production. Inamaanisha hiyo siku imelala hivyo, which means kama ni food watu walikuwa kule watakula tu, transport umefanya, set design umelipia location and stuff like that. So that is the challenge, okay? And how do you cover the challenge? By using the contingency funds to buffer you up, or maybe to just back up you so that you don't get into problems of not finishing the product or not finishing the project, okay? Now, having said that, just to sum it up, like it doesn't matter how much budget you have, it comes about, it is determined by how well you plan. You can have even a lot of money, but now when it comes to budgeting and planning, you might be wrong. But now, because of you understanding the plan, how to plan your budget, whether you have a low budget or a high budget, you know how to plan your things and put and buffer here and there, like kweka vitu tu zikuwe kwa mtaratibu ambao hautakuzuia wewe kutofanya kazi. So my friend who asked this question, thank you so much for bringing it up, because it also helping a lot of people out here, because most of us sometimes unajipata umeallocate pesa na hizo percentage venye ulikuwa unajaribu kuallocate, unapata budget umesahau a certain sector or a certain department or a certain phase of production, yet you need the same to use the same budget to do all those things. So having said this, I believe I've answered you, and you really understand this very well, that it's important for you to do that allocation. And another key thing that you should not forget, please don't forget this. When you're hiring crew for your thing, start with an accountant, please. Don't handle the money if you're not an accountant. My friend, don't handle the money. Allow the accountant and the production accountant to handle the money, okay? You might start feeling philanthropic with the money and throwing it out to people who feel like, ujalipwa? Ulikuwa unataka sabuni? Sabuni ya white. Na wamenunua ya green. You know, mimi do wacha nikupatie pesa uende ununue ya green, ya white, ajua tutumia green. Okay? No. Guys, have an accountant. Please just have an accountant. It's very, very important for you, to ensure accountability, because of course the NGO will come to audit their funds, even if it's a grant or maybe a loan or maybe funding for a particular project. They will come to do what we call audits, and when audits come, they'll be checking at how you spent the money, and did you spend the money as per the budget, and was the money spent as per how you had applied. So my friend, get an accountant. Yeah. So if you have any question, any filmmaking question, and you feel like you need them answered, drop them here, Banze, in my email, in my phone number. Yeah, reach out and let's have a conversation, and let's build one another as we continue to grow this craft of filmmaking. And yeah, until next time, cheers.